Have you ever woken up feeling just off? Maybe a little sluggish, a slight headache you can't quite place, or finding it harder to focus on the morning paper or your favorite hobby? It's easy, isn't it, to just shrug and think, well, I guess this is just what happens when you get older. We attribute so many subtle shifts in how we feel, our energy levels, our clarity of thought, even those little aches and pains, to simply aging. It's a convenient explanation, a box we tick, and sometimes it feels easier than trying to figure out what's really going on. We've lived long, full lives, and maybe we've earned the right to feel a little less vibrant sometimes, right? But what if it wasn't always about the years adding up? What if some of those moments of feeling tired, or a bit forgetful, or even just generally unwell, weren't an unavoidable part of aging, but something simpler, something much more easily addressed? What if there was a quiet, fundamental need your body has, especially now, that when met with gentle attention could unlock a surprising amount of energy, comfort, and clarity? It's something we often take for granted throughout most of our lives, as simple as breathing, almost. Yet, as the years pass, our body's relationship with this basic need changes. The signals aren't as loud, the reserves aren't quite as deep, and the consequences of neglecting it can become more noticeable, affecting everything from our mood and mobility to our memory. I'm talking about hydration, the simple, profound act of making sure your body has enough water. For many of us over 60, the signals our body sends about needing water become quieter. We might not feel that intense thirst signal we did in our younger years. Our bodies also have a little less water naturally stored. Add to that some common medications, changing routines, or even just the simple fact that getting up to get a drink might feel like more effort. And suddenly, staying properly hydrated goes from being automatic to being a quiet, often overlooked challenge. We might not even realize we're feeling the effects of mild dehydration, mistaking them for other signs of aging. Feeling a little dizzy when standing up, a dry mouth, constipation, unexplained fatigue, all these things and many more can be linked back to not having enough water. But here's the beautiful part, the part that challenges that limiting belief that feeling off is just getting old. Often, with just a little conscious effort and some gentle adjustments, we can dramatically improve how we feel simply by paying attention to our hydration. It's not a complex medical intervention, not a drastic lifestyle overhaul. It's a return to a fundamental truth about our bodies, approached with the wisdom and grace that comes with age. It's about nurturing ourselves in the most basic yet powerful ways. Let's uncover why staying hydrated becomes a quiet superpower in our senior years. Think about a wilting plant. When you give it water, it doesn't just perk up a little. It transforms. Its leaves lift. Its colors deepen. It seems to breathe again. Our bodies aren't plants, of course, but the principle of vital fluids flowing and nourishing every cell is the same. Water is the unsung hero of our internal world. It cushions our joints, helping to ease those creaks and stiffness. It helps our digestion work smoothly, preventing discomfort. It's crucial for keeping our blood pressure healthy and supporting kidney function. And critically, it plays a massive role in keeping our brains sharp and focused. Even mild dehydration can lead to confusion, dizziness, and fatigue, symptoms that are often mistakenly attributed solely to age. For many, the idea of needing to think about drinking water feels strange. It was always automatic. You felt thirsty, you drank. Simple. But now, that isn't always the case. The thirst mechanism can be blunted. Mobility issues might make frequent trips to the kitchen or bathroom a concern. Certain health conditions or medications can affect fluid balance. Life itself can get in the way. We get absorbed in a book, focused on a task, or simply forget amidst a change in routine. It's not a failing. It's just a different season of life that requires a gentler, more mindful approach. This isn't about striving for some perfect, unattainable health standard. It's about recognizing a simple truth. Supporting our body's fundamental needs allows us to live more fully, with more comfort, more energy, and more independence. It's about giving ourselves the best possible foundation to enjoy the richness of this life stage. It's a profound act of self-care, a way of honoring the body that has carried us through so many years and experiences. What I'm about to share next might surprise you, because it's not just about drinking plain water. It's about truly listening to your body in a new way and finding enjoyable, sustainable ways to integrate hydration into your daily rhythm. It's about more than just quantity. It's about consistency, quality, and making hydration feel like a natural, welcome part of your day, not a chore. Staying hydrated isn't a battle to be fought. It's a gentle partnership with your own body. It's about noticing the subtle whispers your body sends you, whispers that are easy to miss if we're not attuned to them, or if we simply dismiss them as just getting old. By understanding why hydration is particularly vital now, we open the door to feeling better, thinking clearer, and moving with more ease. It's a simple secret, hidden in plain sight, capable of making a world of difference in your daily vibrancy. Let's shed the idea that discomfort is inevitable and open ourselves to the possibility that a little more hydration might just be the gentle lift we need. This is just the beginning of understanding this vital truth. We've begun to gently explore why hydration holds such quiet power, especially in our senior years, and how easy it is to overlook its importance, sometimes mistaking its absence for the simple process of aging. We've touched on that possibility, that some of those feelings of being off or tired might have a simpler root than we thought. But recognizing a need is one thing. Understanding the landscape of making a change, even a simple one like drinking more water, is another. For many of us, there are real, understandable reasons why staying consistently hydrated can feel challenging. It's not about lack of willpower. It's often about navigating the genuine shifts and circumstances of later life with grace and understanding. Perhaps you've tried before. You bought a new water bottle, made a promise to yourself to drink more, but after a day or two, the routine slipped away like water through your fingers. Maybe you simply forgot, swept up in the rhythm of your day. Maybe you found yourself needing the bathroom more often than was comfortable, especially at night, interrupting precious sleep, and you decided it wasn't worth that disruption. Or perhaps the thought of drinking plain water just feels bland, and the drinks you genuinely enjoy, like your morning coffee or afternoon tea, seem to quench your thirst just fine. Though we'll talk more later about how different fluids function in our bodies. And let's not underestimate the physical aspect. For some, the simple act of getting up and down multiple times to refill a glass or walk to the kitchen feels like a significant effort, especially when you're deep in concentration or dealing with aches and pains or limited mobility. These aren't trivial matters or excuses in any negative sense. They are the genuine realities of navigating the senior years. Our bodies change, the signals they send evolve, and the circumstances of our lives shift. The built-in thirst mechanism that was so reliable in youth can become blunted or less sensitive. Certain health conditions and many necessary medications can act as diuretics, causing the body to lose fluid at a faster rate than before. A very real concern about incontinence or increasing the frequency of nighttime bathroom trips can be a major deterrent to drinking liquids freely, particularly later in the day. And as I mentioned, sometimes, in the pleasant absorption of a good book, a compelling television show, a conversation with a friend, or simply tending to our garden or a beloved hobby, the hours can slip by without a single conscious thought about taking a sip of water. It's not a failing of discipline. It's just a different season of life that requires a gentler, more mindful, and strategic approach. It is absolutely essential to approach these challenges and realities with immense kindness and self-compassion. There is no room for judgment here, either from others or from ourselves. Your body is an incredible vessel that has served you faithfully for many decades, carrying you through countless experiences and adaptations. It deserves gentle care, understanding, and patience, not criticism for the ways it has naturally changed over time. Recognizing these obstacles isn't about dwelling on difficulties or feeling discouraged. It's about preparing ourselves realistically for the journey ahead and finding practical, heartfelt pathways around these hurdles that feel manageable, kind, and sustainable. It's about creating a space of emotional safety within ourselves and establishing practical grounding in our environment to step into the possibility of feeling better. Now, let's look at what it really means to get ready. Not perfectly, but honestly. Getting ready to prioritize hydration in this season of life starts not with a strict, rigid regimen or a daunting daily target, but with a gentle, curious inventory of your typical day. Without judgment, just observe. When do you usually find yourself drinking something? Is it primarily centered around meal times? Are your primary beverages coffee or tea? Are there moments in your day when you consistently notice yourself feeling a dip in energy, a slight mental fog, or even just a vague sense of not feeling quite right? Are there specific times of day, perhaps first thing in the morning or later in the evening, when accessing a drink feels more difficult or inconvenient? Simply being a gentle detective in your own day, observing your current habits and the subtle rhythms of your body and your home, is the first step in preparation. Think practically about your environment. Is water readily available to you in the places where you spend the most time? Do you have a glass of water by your favorite reading chair? Is there a small, easily managed pitcher or bottle on your bedside table? Sometimes, the simple, seemingly small physical barrier of needing to walk to the kitchen, even if it's just across the room, is enough of a deterrent when you are comfortable and absorbed in an activity, especially if mobility or balance is a concern. Making water visible and easily accessible in the areas where you live your life is a quiet, powerful act of preparation. It sets the stage for success without demanding monumental physical or mental effort. It's about bringing the water to you, rather than always having to go to the water. Building inner belief is a crucial, often overlooked component of this process. For so many years, perhaps you never had to actively think about staying hydrated. Your body just handled it, and you responded to thirst signals automatically. Now, things are different, and you do need to think about it consciously. This shift isn't a sign of failing or weakness. It is, in fact, a sign of deep wisdom and self-awareness. It's recognizing that your body's needs are evolving and choosing to meet those needs with conscious, gentle care. This conscious choice is an active step in maintaining your vitality, supporting your cognitive function, and preserving your independence for as long as possible. Every small sip you take Every mindful moment you choose water or a hydrating food over a less beneficial option is a quiet victory, a positive vote for your own immediate and long-term well-being. It's an empowering act of self-agency. Let's think about starting small, building early momentum without pressure. Instead of setting a large, potentially overwhelming daily goal that feels intimidating, what if you simply committed to one small, consistent hydration and change? Maybe it's making it a ritual to have a small glass of water immediately upon waking, even before your feet touch the floor, keeping a bottle right beside your bed. Or perhaps it's deciding to consciously have a small glass of water about 20 minutes before each of your main meals. These tiny, consistent steps are not primarily about reaching a specific quantity of water. They're about building a habit, establishing a gentle, predictable ritual, and giving your body a small, regular, hydrating boost at times that are already structured into your day. These small moments add up significantly over time. Most people never hear this part, but it could change how you move forward forever. It's the understanding that this isn't about forcing yourself to drink until you feel uncomfortable or constantly full. It is fundamentally about finding a sustainable rhythm that truly honors your body's current needs, its natural signals, or lack thereof, and the flow of your unique life. It's about integrating hydration so seamlessly and gently into your existence that it gradually becomes a natural, nourishing, and welcomed part of your day. Much like the unconscious rhythm of breathing or the mindful stretch you might do upon waking. It's not about achieving perfect adherence to a strict rule. It is profoundly about engaging in persistent, gentle effort, being flexible, and discovering what works best and feels most supportive for you in this particular season. It's an ongoing, compassionate exploration rather than a rigid, anxiety-inducing obligation. Preparing gently truly means acknowledging the potential challenges honestly, the possibility of forgetting, concerns about mobility, the very real worry about nighttime bathroom trips, and then thinking, even just a little bit, about how you might proactively navigate them. Maybe it involves setting a quiet, non-intrusive alarm or a simple reminder on your phone. Perhaps it's using a water bottle that has visual time markers as a gentle cue throughout the day. It might mean having an open and honest conversation with your doctor or pharmacist about how your medications might affect fluid balance, or exploring gentle strategies for managing bladder concerns rather than simply restricting fluids out of fear. This kind of preparation isn't about creating rigid rules or feeling overwhelmed by obstacles. It's about cultivating ease and flow, making the path to consistent hydration less steep, more accessible, and truly inviting. It is the gentle, mindful tilling of the soil before the seeds of a healthy, supportive habit can truly take root and blossom into a greater sense of daily well-being. We've journeyed from understanding the quiet importance of hydration in our senior years through acknowledging the real, valid challenges that can make it difficult, and into gently exploring how to prepare ourselves and our environment. We've set the stage, tilled the soil with kindness and understanding. Now, how do we translate that understanding and gentle preparation into the actual flow of our days? It's not about suddenly following a rigid set of complex instructions or feeling pressured to tick boxes on an impossible list. It's about weaving hydration into the beautiful, unique tapestry of your life, finding simple, heartfelt ways that feel natural and enjoyable and truly supportive of your well-being. This is where engaging with life fully, with heart and presence, comes in. And that engagement requires us to fuel ourselves properly, with conscious care and gentle intention. Think about the moments that already make up the rhythm and structure of your day. Your quiet morning routine, perhaps enjoying a cup of tea or coffee while watching the news or reading. The time you spend engrossed in a beloved book or a captivating hobby. The process of preparing and enjoying your meals. Chatting on the phone or in person with a friend or family member. Tending to your plants or pets. Going for a gentle walk outside or engaging in some light movement inside your home. These are the fabric of your daily existence. How can a gentle sip of water, a mindful moment of hydration, become a small, welcome, and enriching punctuation mark within these existing moments? It's about creating gentle cues and simple connections that aren't demanding or interruptive, but rather inviting and supportive. Here's where things become real, because this is what it looks like to live the change, not just think about it. Let me share a little about someone I know. Let's call her Eleanor. Eleanor, like many, used to experience those vague feelings we talked about in part 1, spells of lightheadedness, particularly in the late afternoon, and sometimes just a general sense of being tired and a bit foggy. Her doctor had ruled out other major concerns and eventually suggested that mild dehydration might be contributing to her symptoms, especially since she primarily drank coffee throughout the morning and only had water with meals. Eleanor was a bit skeptical at first. She felt like she drank enough. But she decided to try a little experiment, approaching it with the gentleness we discussed. She started by simply placing a beautiful, clear glass pitcher filled with water on her coffee table each morning, right next to her favorite reading chair. Sometimes she'd add a slice of lemon or a few colorful berries, not just for flavor, but because it made the pitcher look pretty and inviting. The key wasn't to set a strict rule to drink the whole pitcher or even a specific amount, but just to make water constantly visible and easily accessible in a place she spent a lot of time. She found that as she sat there, absorbed in her reading or watching a documentary, simply seeing the pitcher and the inviting glass next to it prompted her, without conscious effort, to reach out and pour herself a small glass. It was right there, easy to access, and felt like a pleasant interlude. The added fruit made it feel a little special, not just plain water. She wasn't tracking ounces or feeling pressure. She was just responding to a gentle visual cue and making the easy choice because it was easy. Over the course of just a few weeks of this simple practice, Eleanor began to notice something remarkable. The afternoon dizziness lessened significantly. The foggy feeling lifted, and her energy levels felt more stable and consistent throughout the day. It wasn't a sudden, dramatic, overnight miracle, but a quiet, gentle, unfolding improvement that came from this surprisingly simple, heartfelt change in her environment and routine. This, my friend, is the essence of acting with heart when it comes to hydration. Finding simple, low-effort ways to integrate drinking that resonate with your personality, your home environment, and your existing daily rhythm. It could be Eleanor's beautiful pitcher strategically placed, or perhaps it's getting a special, easy-to-hold mug, or a water bottle with a straw that you genuinely enjoy using. Maybe it's about creating a small, personal ritual, making having a sip of water the gentle transition signal between different activities, taking a drink after you finish a chapter of your book before you pick up your knitting, or having a small glass while your morning tea is steeping before you pour it. These little anchors can transform a forgotten need into a gentle, welcomed moment. And remember, hydration isn't solely about drinking plain water, though water is the purest source. Many delicious foods contain significant amounts of water, and contribute beautifully to your overall fluid intake. Incorporating more hydrating fruits and vegetables like crisp cucumbers, juicy watermelon, sweet strawberries, refreshing celery, and bright oranges into your meals and snacks is a wonderfully enjoyable way to boost your fluid levels naturally. Think about the simple pleasure of a cool, juicy slice of melon on a warm afternoon, or adding extra leafy greens and vegetables to your soup or stew. These aren't just acts of healthy eating. They are acts of hydrating nourishment that feel like a treat. This is also where drinks like herbal teas can play a significant and beneficial role. They can be wonderfully hydrating and offer a comforting warmth or refreshing coolness, providing a variety of flavors to keep things interesting throughout the day. While caffeinated drinks like coffee and black tea are mostly water, they can have a mild diuretic effect for some people. So while you don't necessarily need to eliminate them, enjoy your rituals, it's wise to balance them with water. Another common and completely understandable hurdle is simply forgetting. Our minds are often full of so much rich content, cherished memories, upcoming plans, quiet worries, abundant joys. Remembering to consciously drink water can feel like just one more item on an already full mental list. But what if you reframed this? Not as a tedious task to be remembered, but as a small, repeated moment of mindful self-care woven seamlessly into the fabric of your day. What about pairing hydration with something you already do consistently without fail? Make it a habit to take a sip of water after every trip to the bathroom. Have a small glass ready and drink it while your morning oatmeal is cooling or your egg is boiling. Take a drink just before you take your daily medications. These existing, predictable moments can become powerful, gentle anchors and reminders for hydration, turning forgetting into a natural built-in cue. And what happened next? Well, that's the part no one warned her about. But it changed everything. Eleanor, by simply making water more visible, appealing, and easy to access throughout her day, didn't just feel better physically. With less dizziness and more stable energy, she experienced a more subtle, yet profoundly impactful, shift within herself. This small, consistent act of caring for her body in such a fundamental way began to feel like a quiet declaration of self-worth. It was a way of saying, without needing words, I am worth this gentle effort. My physical comfort and well-being matter, and I'm actively choosing to support them. It wasn't just about the water itself. It was about the mindful attention she was choosing to give herself, the message of value she was sending inwardly. This powerful emotional impact, the feeling of nurturing and valuing oneself through simple, consistent acts, can be the most potent and sustainable motivator of all. It transforms a begrudging, I should probably do this, into an empowered and welcomed, I get to nourish myself in this simple way. Engaging with life fully means having the foundational energy, physical comfort, and mental clarity to be truly present for it. Proper hydration doesn't just support essential bodily functions. It directly impacts your ability to enjoy a leisurely walk, to focus intently on a meaningful conversation, to feel comfortable and confident during social outings with friends or family, and critically, to maintain your independence by supporting both physical function and cognitive sharpness. Feeling adequately hydrated reduces the likelihood of experiencing dizziness, fatigue, or muscle cramps that might otherwise make you hesitant to leave the comfort of your home or participate in activities you love. It's not just about preventing potential problems or discomfort. It's fundamentally about enabling greater joy, deeper engagement with the world, and sustained independence. So acting with heart in your hydration journey is about discovering your own unique Eleanor's pitcher, your own simple, enjoyable, and sustainable ways to weave drinking fluids into the natural, beautiful rhythm of your individual life. It's about slowing down enough to truly taste the cool, refreshing water, to savor a juicy, hydrating piece of fruit, to mindfully notice how your body responds and feels throughout the day, and to consciously recognize these small, consistent acts, not just as tasks to be completed, but as profound, loving gestures of self-care and self-respect. It's about engaging with your body's fundamental needs, not out of a sense of burdensome obligation, but out of a deep, quiet appreciation and respect for the incredible journey it has been on and continues to be on with you. We've journeyed together through understanding the unique importance of hydration in our senior years, gently navigating the common hurdles and exploring heartfelt, practical ways to weave consistent drinking into the rhythm of our daily lives, learning from simple, powerful examples. We've seen how these small acts of self-care can bring noticeable physical improvements and even quiet emotional shifts. Now, let's take a moment to step back, rise above the day-to-day adjustments, and look at the bigger picture. This dedicated attention to something as fundamental as hydration is far more than just ticking a health box or reaching a certain number of glasses each day, although those practical aspects are important. It is intrinsically part of a much deeper, more profound journey, a journey of reframing how we see ourselves and our place in the world during this season of life, and actively claiming the immense wisdom and rich meaning that comes with living intentionally as we age. For so many decades of our lives, perhaps we were primarily focused on external achievements and responsibilities, on building careers, tirelessly raising families, navigating social expectations, and hitting conventional milestones. Our relationship with our physical bodies during those times might have been largely about pushing limits, about athletic performance, about meeting external standards of appearance, or perhaps, sadly for some, about struggling with perceived imperfections or physical challenges. But the beautiful and complex journey after 60 invites, and sometimes insists upon, a different, gentler, and more internal perspective. It often becomes a time for deeper introspection, for consciously valuing comfort, peace, and inner resilience, and for truly appreciating the incredible, quiet strength and enduring adaptability of the body and spirit that have gracefully carried us through so many years, so many experiences, and so much change to arrive right here. When we make a conscious, gentle commitment to something seemingly simple like staying adequately hydrated, it's not just a physical act addressing a biological need. It is a powerful, conscious choice to actively nurture the precious vessel that holds and carries the entirety of who we are. Our accumulated wisdom, our vast reservoir of memories, our unique perspective on the world, our continued capacity for experiencing joy and connection, and our potential for ongoing growth and contribution. It is a quiet, yet profound way of communicating inwardly. I see you, body that has served me so well. I appreciate every beat of your heart, every breath you take, every step you've carried me. And I will care for you, now, with kindness, with attention, and with deep respect. This seemingly small act of consistent self-care becomes a tangible, daily symbol of self-respect, self-honor, and deep self-love. Now, we're not just moving, we're transforming the way we see ourselves in the season of life. Hydration, when viewed through this lens, isn't merely about preventing discomfort or warding off potential problems like fatigue or headaches. It is fundamentally about enabling possibility, about creating the optimal internal conditions for you to thrive. When your body is properly hydrated, functioning smoothly because its most basic fluid needs are met, your mind is often clearer, sharper, and more focused. Your energy levels are likely to be more stable throughout the day, reducing those afternoon slumps we sometimes experience. Those minor physical limitations, perhaps a little stiffness, or those occasional muscle cramps, might feel less pronounced or less frequent. This combination of improved clarity, stable energy, and greater physical comfort allows you to engage more fully, more vibrantly, and more authentically with the people and the activities that truly matter most to you now. Whether that's having a deeply present conversation with a grandchild, finally dedicating time to a long-neglected passion, or simply being able to fully enjoy the simple, quiet beauty of the world unfolding outside your window. Prioritizing your physical well-being through something like hydration directly empowers you to maintain your independence, to feel more confident and capable in navigating the tasks and opportunities of your day, and to continue living life on your own terms for as long as possible. Think for a moment about the complex, emotional landscape that can sometimes touch this stage of life. There can be moments or seasons of grief, the profound loss of loved ones, the poignant changes in physical abilities that were once taken for granted, the shifts in daily routines and social roles that require significant adaptation. These are real, valid, and important emotions that deserve to be felt and processed with gentleness. And while, of course, drinking water cannot magically erase grief or solve complex emotional challenges, caring for your fundamental physical body provides a crucial, quiet, grounding force amidst these emotional waves. Staying adequately hydrated supports your body's physiological ability to handle stress, both the physical stress of aging and the emotional stress of life's transitions. It is a quiet, ongoing act of self-preservation and builds inner resilience from the inside out, providing a more stable platform from which to navigate your feelings. And then there is the joy. When you feel physically better, when your body is quietly humming along supported by sufficient hydration, the small, precious joys of life have a tendency to shine so much brighter. The simple warmth of the sun on your skin, the satisfying taste of a home-cooked meal, the sound of laughter shared with a dear friend or family member, the vibrant colors of your garden, the comfort of a beloved pet. These everyday experiences are so much richer, more vibrant, and more accessible when you have the foundational energy and physical comfort to fully receive them and be present within them. It is easy to miss the beauty, the wonder, and the simple pleasures around us when we are feeling chronically fatigued, mentally foggy, or physically uncomfortable. By gently tending to our most basic, fundamental needs, we open ourselves back up. We become more receptive, allowing the vibrant moments that fill our days to truly nourish our spirit. You've come this far in our conversation, exploring these quiet secrets and practical kindnesses. But what's just ahead, the understanding we are now approaching, might stir something even more powerful within you. It is the profound realization that this seemingly small commitment to your hydration, and indeed to any form of consistent gentle self-care, is part of a much larger, ongoing narrative you are still actively writing. You are not a finished story, a concluded chapter. You are still becoming, still evolving, still growing in wisdom and grace. The depth of experience and wisdom you have accumulated over the years is immense, a treasure trove. and caring for your physical self, ensuring its basic needs are met, ensures that this incredible wisdom can continue to be shared generously, expressed authentically, and enjoyed fully by you and those around you. Your mind, nourished by the constant flow of proper hydration, remains a sharp, capable, and vibrant tool for continued learning, deep reflection, creative expression, and meaningful connection. Claiming deeper meaning in this season of life involves a conscious decision to move away from any lingering societal whispers or internal doubts that might suggest that self-care, including something as basic yet vital as staying hydrated, is somehow selfish or less important now. It is not. It is profoundly essential. It is a crucial investment in your current quality of life, in your ability to be fully present and supportive for those you love and who love you, and most importantly, in your own enduring sense of dignity, capability, and vitality. It is about actively taking agency over your well-being, recognizing and embracing the truth that you still possess the power to make simple choices that can significantly, positively impact how you feel each and every day, regardless of the number of years you have lived. Reframing this journey means gently releasing the notion that stiffness, fatigue, or mental fogginess are simply how it is now because you are older. While some changes are inevitable, stepping into the understanding that proactive, gentle self-care practices like consistent hydration can unlock significant and often surprising improvements in your daily experience is incredibly liberating. It is about honoring the rich history your body holds within its cells and giving it the ongoing, gentle support it needs to continue carrying you forward with as much ease, comfort, and vibrancy as is possible. It's a daily, gentle practice of gratitude for your body, a quiet way of saying thank you for the decades of service, the resilience, and the continued capacity for life it provides. This deepens the meaning of every glass of water you mindfully drink, every hydrating piece of fruit you savor. They are transformed from simple consumables into quiet tokens of self-love, gentle rituals of well-being, rather than mere tasks to be completed from a list. We've shared quiet truths about hydration and aging and gently challenged the limiting belief that feeling off is simply an unavoidable part of getting older. Explored the kind and realistic art of preparing ourselves and our environment, and woven in heartfelt, practical ways to integrate more fluids into the beautiful, unique rhythm of our daily lives. We've even connected this seemingly simple physical act to the much deeper journey of self-respect, self-love, and vibrant living in this profound season of life, seeing how it transforms not just how we feel, but how we see ourselves. As we come to the close of our time together today, after exploring these quiet secrets and their powerful potential, there's one final message I want to leave you with, a message of profound affirmation, unwavering encouragement, and gentle possibility. This journey towards better hydration, just like any aspect of actively caring for yourself and nurturing your well-being in this season of life, isn't about striving for some unrealistic standard of perfection. There absolutely will be days when you forget to drink enough, days when it feels harder than usual, days when your carefully planned routine gets completely disrupted by unforeseen circumstances, or simply days when you just don't feel like it. And that is not in any way a failure on your part. That is simply being a human being living a real, complex, and ever-changing life with all its beautiful unpredictability. The true key to sustainable well-being in this and any area of life is not to demand a perfect adherence from yourself, but to cultivate the profound practice of gentle persistence. It is the grace to simply pick back up where you left off, without judgment, without self-recrimination, and continue moving forward with kindness and a renewed intention towards yourself. You, listening to my voice right now, have lived a remarkable, full, and complex life. You have navigated challenges, celebrated triumphs, learned countless lessons, and accumulated a depth of experience and wisdom that is truly invaluable. You have adapted to change, overcome difficulties, and contributed uniquely to the world around you. Your body has been your steadfast, resilient companion through every single bit of that journey, carrying you through decades of effort, joy, sorrow, and growth. Giving it the simple, fundamental gift of adequate hydration is a powerful way of honoring that incredibly long, shared journey you've been on together. It's not a transactional act. It's an act steeped in gratitude, a daily practice of profound kindness directed inward towards yourself. Every glass of water you mindfully drink, every piece of hydrating fruit you savor, every small step you take towards better supporting your body is a tangible act of deep self-love and genuine self-care. So here we are, at a threshold, not an ending. You are not at an ending point in your journey, far from it. You stand right now at a beautiful threshold of possibility, equipped with a deeper understanding of something fundamental. How something as seemingly simple as staying adequately hydrated can have a truly significant and positive influence on your daily energy levels, your mental sharpness and clarity, your physical comfort, and your overall sense of well-being and capability. You possess the inherent power within you to make conscious, gentle choices day by day that actively support your continued vibrancy, your ability to engage with life, and your precious independence. This isn't about trying to turn back the clock to a time that is past. It is profoundly about enriching the present moment, making the most of the beautiful moments that continue to unfold each and every day of this season. Be infinitely patient and compassionate with yourself as you integrate these ideas and gentle practices into your life. Celebrate every small victory, no matter how insignificant it might seem. If you manage to add just one extra glass of water to your day today compared to yesterday, that is absolutely wonderful. Acknowledge and appreciate that small step forward. If you remembered to drink before your meal or when you took your medication, pause for a moment and acknowledge that win for yourself. These small, consistent efforts, often made without fanfare, are the ones that gradually build momentum and gently lay the foundation for lasting supportive habits. Find what brings you a little bit of joy in this process. Maybe it's using a particular beautiful cup, trying water infused with your favorite fruit or herb from the garden, exploring different kinds of soothing herbal teas, or simply appreciating the feeling of cool, clean water, quenching a quiet thirst. Make it a ritual you might even begin to look forward to, rather than just another chore you feel you have to do. Your well-being in this moment matters immensely. Your physical comfort matters. Your ability to think clearly matters. Your energy levels matter. They are the foundations that allows you to continue sharing your unique gifts with the world, connecting meaningfully with those you love, pursuing your interests, and experiencing the world around you with presence, curiosity, and vitality. Staying hydrated is truly a simple, yet incredibly powerful tool in your vibrant living toolkit. It is a gentle act of empowerment. It empowers you to feel better in your body, to engage more fully with your mind, to do more of the things you cherish, and ultimately, to simply be more comfortably, more vibrantly, and more authentically in your own precious skin. I truly hope this conversation, this shared exploration of a quiet secret, has offered you some peace, brought you a moment of clarity, or perhaps even sparked a warm ember of hope and motivation to look at your own hydration with fresh eyes and a renewed sense of gentle purpose. It's a simple secret, hidden in plain sight within the needs of your amazing body, but its potential impact on your daily life can be profound and far-reaching. If this discussion resonated with you in any way, if it brought a smile to your face, offered a moment of recognition, or sparked a new thought, please consider giving this video a like. It's a simple gesture, but it truly helps us understand what kind of content is most helpful and meaningful for you, our wonderful community. And I would absolutely love to hear from you. What's one simple step related to hydration that you feel you could realistically and kindly take for yourself, starting today or tomorrow? Have you already discovered a little trick or habit related to drinking water that works beautifully for you in this season of life? Please share your thoughts, your experiences, and your wisdom in the comments section below. Your voice is so important, and your insights are incredibly valuable to others in this community who might be navigating similar questions or challenges. We learn, we grow, and we become more vibrant together. And if you haven't already, please consider subscribing to the Vibrant Senior channel and tapping the notification bell so you don't miss out on future conversations like this one. By subscribing, you join a growing community of kindred spirits dedicated to embracing this season of life with vitality, independence, curiosity, and joy. You won't want to miss the uplifting conversations, the heartfelt reflections, and the practical, gentle insights we share every week to support you on your unique and beautiful journey. Remember, truly remember this. Whatever age you are in this moment, whatever road you've taken to get here, with all its twists and turns, its comes and descents, you are still here, and you are still beautifully becoming. You are still capable of feeling better, of thinking clearer, of moving with more ease, and of living more fully into the richness of who you are today. And that, my dear friend, is the most vibrant, most beautiful part of all. Thank you for sharing this precious time with me. Until next time, please take the most gentle, loving care of yourself, and remember the quiet, enduring power of a simple drink of water.